did wonderfully. Hi! Hey everybody, and welcome to Pretty Little Liars, the after show here on the Stream.TV Fan Show Network. It's prom night, you guys! Oh my god! I love us. We are so cute. Also, speaking of cute, how cute is Michael, you guys? I know you were watching him. He's so cute. Yeah, he's like literally like 3 feet away from us, and this isn't awkward at all. But no, you guys, seriously, if you are watching us live right now, make sure you stay tuned after the PLLAS because Michael's gonna be back to answer more of your questions and talk about some more of your theories. You guys obviously are throwing every single name out there for who you think A is, and it's so good at this point, you guys, to like start thinking about all these popular theories, all the not so popular theories. We are so excited to talk about tonight's episode. Obviously, there's a couple things we would love to talk about with you guys first and foremost, and that is, yes, if you were watching ABC Family today, you did see us. We are so excited to hang out with all of you guys next Tuesday, all day on ABC Family. We're gonna be coming to you live.
I can't. I'm so excited. Thanks to you all supporting us.
Yes, it's
amazing. From the
amazing.
start.
We love you guys so much. No, seriously, you cannot believe that this is a year and a half in the making, and this is exactly what we've always worked for. But next week, it's not an after show, you guys. You guys can hang out with us a whole day, literally all day.
Yeah.
Starting at noon, we're gonna be hosting this extra special PLL marathon, if you will, just counting down all of your favorite episodes, some of the cast's favorite episodes, until we all come face to face with Charles. So make sure that you are tuned in all day, tweeting the crap out of us because we are so excited to see what you guys have to say, okay?
And then we'll be here.
And then we'll be here. So you get to hang out with us literally all day, and then we can talk about who the hell Charles is.
I'm so excited. Like, tonight's episode was just the beginning of this crazy journey that we are going to not only experience like thus far, but it was just so good. And tonight, tomorrow, we're gonna, not tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Megan is actually losing her mind, you guys. But yes, I'm Sinead, I got Ashley, I got Megan, I got Stephanie, I got my pretty little talkers. We have to talk about tonight's episode, and it's freaking prom, you guys. I went to 3 proms in high school, just saying.
I didn't go to prom.
Really?
I went to no proms. I never went to prom. So to all you guys out there who didn't go to prom, I'm right there with you. We're gonna celebrate prom tonight, and I guess maybe next week. Does prom continue into next week?
We can have our
Yes,
prom
it does.
in the barn.
I was gonna say, out of all the proms I went to, this one is clearly the best.
Yes.
Trust me, this one is clearly the best.
You guys, for all of you who don't have prom dates, I didn't go to my senior prom because I didn't have a date. So, let's all just shed a community tear.
Pity party of one over here. Just saying.
Two, girl, two. I got you. I got you.
All right, you guys, for real though, let's talk about this prom because a lot happened at Rosewood High tonight. Can we just start with, first of all, how much money does Rosewood High have?
Seriously, both?
This is like the most extravagant prom I have ever seen in my life, okay? We have like people in masks and servers walking around with like fancy schmancy cocktails that you get at like One Oak in West Hollywood. Like, what is that? I could not, you guys, but honestly, Allison has seen Charles's face. Can we talk about that for a second?
Can we talk about how it was so freaking shaded? And I'm just thinking, I don't care how big your hoodie is or how dim the lighting is. His face.
No, he probably
was
has
right
a
there.
thing, a mask over.
Was it a mask? Because I'm like,
but he went like this. Yeah, he went like this.
It's like one of those ninja thingies.
It was like like he had the
I've
mask
seen a
and he
ninja
had
thing.
there was a thing over it.
Yeah.
You know those ninja suits that people wear? There's like a documentary about like my weird
Oh.
obsession, and they wear those ninja suits.
Yeah,
But
but you
like, you
guys,
could see him.
honestly, I might have a little confession to make.
What?
I almost don't think Allie's involved. Like,
Okay, I know. Say it again.
I can't. I really can't because I'm gonna change my mind in 5 seconds, girl. Do not pressure me to say that again. But she seemed genuinely shocked.
Yeah. I know.
I'm kind of wanting to throw up.
No crap, Mova. That's what we've been saying the whole time.
No, but she's so sneaky. I don't believe it.
Thank you. Join the team, and now we are one.
No, I don't know. I honestly, don't know.
I feel like you just
but if
made
tonight,
all of PLL Nation so happy.
I know, but
No,
if,
I keep. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
if she is innocent, tonight is the night that convinced me that she's innocent.
Wow.
But okay. Thanks, guys.
Progress.
But I don't know. I can't. She's sneaky. Come on, guys.
She is
she's
absolutely
so
sneaky. She is 100% sneaky. She was the one that we were supposed to be very wary of from the beginning. This whole show revolved around how awful Allie was in the beginning. I get it. But now, after seeing her reaction to Charles, you guys, does she look shocked?
She
Come
looks
on.
She was shocked.
And the thing for me too is I always try to like wean out who it is, because obviously during that same scene we saw Sarah, we saw the couples dancing, we saw Ezra dancing with Aria, we saw Toby, and we saw all these people who were always suspects, but then at that same time Allie was being whisked away by Redcoat, and then we saw Charles, so it's like, so it's not any of them, right? I mean,
I think we were led to believe briefly that it was Caleb, just because he was weird with his computer, but then we find out it's not Caleb, and I think you were on the right track a few episodes ago when you said that they're trying to plan everything for the flash forward.
Yeah.
And they're totally gonna make Caleb in the CIA.
He's not in the CIA.
I think that's my
something like
prediction.
that.
I think he's gonna be in the CIA because he's like, I
No,
can't
he got
tell
a
you.
job already, didn't
I
he?
know, and he's like, she's like, for what company? And he's like, I can't tell you that because it's a secret company.
Yeah.
Because the CIA.
He's
top
like
secret.
that movie with one of the Hemsworths where he has to like try to keep the hacker away, you know? And they hire him,
yeah,
they
I
take
know
him
what
out
you're
of
talking
jail.
about. Yeah.
Like that's what his job is going to
Liam.
be. Before we get to couple news, can we also talk about like the greatest thing I think that could have ever happened in this episode, besides Allie coming face to face with Charles, was freaking Clark.
I
That
know.
was amazing.
I love it.
That was
freaking
how
love
did
it.
they
Oh
not
my God.
figure that out?
Can I get a little? I know I'm never right about anything, but I did say as soon as he pulled out the gun, I want a pat on the back.
You did? You called
Yeah, when he
it?
pulled out the gun, I was like,
Got it.
he
Yeah,
is-
you did.
Well,
That's
Because
right,
you were
that's right.
saying,
He's
we
for
were
sure a
watching
secret
the
detective,
episode,
then we all
and
kinda got
Mova,
it.
you were like, Clark has a gun, Clark has a gun. And I was like, oh shoot.
I was like, I don't
Stuff's
want to
going
see
down.
gun.
We all like kind of realized.
Oh my gosh.
I
Genius.
seriously, I loved it. I thought it was such a great story twist. And now I told you guys, remember how I said a couple episodes ago, I said Clark is not involved. They're setting something up. It's going to end up being completely.
But I will say this: either Aria's parents hired Clark separately,
Oh
or
my
he knows
gosh.
more than we am led to believe, because he's only been really sticking around Aria.
Yeah.
Right. And
yeah, that's
also,
weird.
Toby did not know that he is a cop, so he
Yes, he's
must
not
have been
part of-
like more like a secretive kind of cop.
So he's not. So if he's not part of
We can't
the,
sing songs.
I thought you said R-E-S-P-C-T. But I think, so are we all in unison thinking that he is not part of the Tanner crew then? Do we think that?
No, I don't know
might
about
be.
that. He might be.
He might be, but-
he said he was undercover.
What other
Just a little
police
more secret.
agency is there in Rosewood other than
FBI?
That's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, like Rosewood is like.
FBI.
Caleb, CIA, FBI. Maybe Caleb knows Clark. Is this too much? Maybe it's a little.
No, that's
Maybe.
not. That's
No,
not.
but that would
hey,
be
don't
cool.
let it back.
I don't know if I totally am on board with it, but that would be cool.
You're pretty supportive.
I think that could definitely be possible. But yeah, that was just, I love when things like that happen. Like, I love when my mind is just like, oh my God, I didn't see that
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
So that was amazing. So I'm hoping that the A reveal or Charles reveal gives me like that times 20.
And what do you think, with Allie's face, do you guys think that she knew who it was, or do you think
Yeah,
it's someone
I think
she
knew
knew
who
who
it
it
Absolutely.
was.
She's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like if it was someone she didn't know, she'd be like, hey.
She'd be like, nice
At
to
this
meet you.
point, I'm only going to be shocked. Like, I'm not going to be shocked if it's Ren, if it's Lucas, if it's Jenna. I'm kind of over that.
Yeah.
I will be shocked if it's one of the main characters that I just mentioned that I didn't think it was, if someone had a twin. Because remember, there's this whole like twin theory too.
Yeah.
Wait,
You
so
guys-
Somebody still has a twin, you guys.
Right.
So what
Somebody
if, like,
still has
Toby
a twin.
has a twin or Ezra
Marlene
has a
King said herself that somebody on the
Yeah.
show has a twin.
And we haven't
haven't
seen it.
We
You're
have not
right.
yet met a twin.
Tonight we did not see Andrew. We did not see Andrew.
Oh, true.
Oh my gosh.
But Allie didn't have a big. I think it's got to be someone though that Allie had a really big relationship with, and I don't
Yeah.
think Allie and Andrew really
No.
like ever.
Megan, tell us how you feel about Andrew.
Oh my God, I love
I
him
know.
so much, you guys.
Fan in a rough.
Oh my gosh,
Fan
like
in a
if I
rough.
could marry anyone, it would be Andrew, Brandon Jones. I just love him. Okay. Anyway.
Well, you heard it, Brandon. If you're watching, there it is. Can we talk about the coolest chicks in Rosewood, which is surprisingly not the liars, but their moms?
Yeah.
Oh my
Hello.
God, how
Get
great
it.
were they?
Mom
Like,
party.
I want a spin-off series of just
Yeah.
the PLL
Right?
moms.
Yeah.
How cute.
They are the funniest drunk women I have ever seen in my life. Mrs. Fields, first of all, hysterical. When she was like, I don't think we can blame Charles. I was like, this woman is so good. Mrs. Hastings feistier
I
than
love
ever.
her. I love her. If this was up to Mrs. Hastings, we would have found out who A is
Absolutely.
a long time ago.
Don't
Women
you love
mean
her?
business.
She was so like
loved
proactive.
it.
Yeah.
She's like, well, you know what? Let's
We're
go
gonna
ask
go.
him.
And she's not afraid. I love it.
Who knew all it took was just some wine, guys? Just
Right?
some wine.
Not
to,
some wine, all of the wine.
To get along.
Imagine
All
if
of
it
the
was
wine.
tequila. Could you imagine?
Oh my God, tequila. We
It
already
would
solved
be
it by
dead.
now.
It would
know
be
who
in
Charles
the
is.
ground. No, but she straight up tells all of the women about the affair.
Yeah.
She straight up tells them
Yeah.
like that she thinks Kenneth may have buried Mrs. D. Like, hello, have we actually heard anybody say that before on the show?
Right.
No, they were like a lot of speculations about what happened to Mrs. D. But just to hear somebody say like maybe he buried her, like, and Mrs. Fields was on board with that,
Yeah.
like, you guys. What if Mr. D did have something to do with his wife's death? Like, that would be huge.
That would be huge.
Is this okay? Feel free, Twitterverse, to totally prove me wrong, but do we have proof that Kenneth isn't A?
That wouldn't shock me though. I want to be
A
shocked.
better not be a parent, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I would be I don't even
Alright.
like talking about that theory because I'd
Scratch
be
that.
disappointed.
Moving
Because
on.
we are kind of under the belief right now that Charles is the little boy that we saw in that picture. And so that age wouldn't really make sense. I don't know. That would really suck, though.
It would suck. I honestly do. I don't
Yeah.
I don't like it. What is happening? Why is everybody looking around?
Those are my thoughts.
Who do we think locked the moms in the basement? Who do we think locked
Well,
them in
I
the
mean,
basement?
we're almost led to believe that it was Reese's. What is that? It was Reese. It was Reese, right? But like, we don't actually know if it was Reese because they were like, they're trying way too hard to make it seem that Reese is, you know, the twin or
I
Reese
literally
is
thought it was
Jason
Jason
or
though.
whatever.
I thought it was Jason. When he walked in, I was like, oh, babe's here. And then I realized it was Reese's Pieces. But I love him. There's something so sneaky and so scary about him. And in that preview, you guys were saying it was Radley.
You love him because he looks like Jason.
I do. You're totally right. And he just looks so classy and chic. But in the preview from next week, it looked like they were in. You guys remember what Reese's place looked like, or when?
I thought you were saying, do you guys remember
The
what Reese's
Karasimi,
Pieces are, right?
The Karasimi grill.
Yeah, it looked like they were there. To me,
Yeah.
that's what it
Well,
looked like.
That
thought they
story
were-
has to continue. It
Right.
looked like they were there. It looked like they were at Radley. It almost looked like they were in the dollhouse for some of it. Like, I was kind of confused. But Reese will definitely be back next episode. Can we
Yeah.
all agree? And I'm really
Yeah.
excited about it because he obviously, he's like a new character I'm actually like intrigued by.
I
you
am
know?
not excited about it, and I feel bad being like a Debbie Downer, but
no, go for it.
I feel like
You should.
I don't like.
No, I love it. I want to hear
don't
your
like
point.
these all of a sudden characters who are popping up now and then become a huge part of the story.
Yeah.
I'm like, where were you in
Exactly.
seasons 1 through 5?
Yeah.
No, I
And
agree.
most of 6.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
But
know.
anyway.
It's like we already have so much unfinished business with other
Yeah.
characters. It's like, Marlene, stop what you do with characters. Marlene, we're on it.
I honestly do believe that they're trying to throw us off with that whole Jason thing. We're like, do they really think we're gonna buy that that's Charles? I don't buy that that's Charles.
Right,
Like they're
right.
trying to make it seem like Reese is Charles because he
Yeah.
looks like Jason. Like no, you're right. He just came into the story. I don't think so. But I was really excited by Mrs. Marin's reaction to when he said he worked for the Karasimi group because that
Yeah.
obviously is a huge piece of the puzzle. That's why I'm so intrigued by him because
Now
the
she knows
Karasimi
what's up.
group means Mrs. DiLaurentis, which means Charles, which means maybe like motive as to why some of this happened. Because remember, she was funding the Karasimi group. So
Right.
who was the Karasimi group? Why did they buy? Why did
She
they
was
buy
the
Radley?
only one that didn't seem drunk.
Who?
Mrs. Marin. And she's the one I would expect to be, since she's
Yeah,
the little like
exactly.
sleuth of all the moms.
She
Yeah.
was just like, I felt like she was very like, guys, I don't know if we should be doing this.
know.
Like, I don't know. Maybe she knows something.
Yeah.
I could have missed this, but are there 2 red coats? Are we sure of that?
So confused.
There was a lot
seemed-
of red
Yeah,
stuff.
it seemed really confusing. I know that Charles's message said, "Don't look for the wolf. Seeing red is enough." So like she
But the
wasn't.
wolf was also connected to the A-team, right?
I mean, that's what it made it. That's what it's almost like you think. Why was there like so many?
There
wolves?
wasn't a random wolf in
There
a
wasn't
red
even
coat.
one. There was like 2 at one point. She walked
Right.
past 2 wolves.
So it's the team. I think so. We're supposed to think that it's a team.
Really?
Is that what we were
I
supposed to
have
get?
no.
I don't
Honestly,
know.
I have no idea. All we know is that A kidnaps Allie at the end of the episode, and now he's gonna take her somewhere, and the girls are gonna go looking for her. And I hope that they all end up at Radley because that would be creepy as
Yes.
hell. Season 5 ending with the dollhouse. Season 6 ending with
Love
them
it.
being trapped in Radley.
Yeah.
Hello, that's amazing.
Wait, I'm trying to put it together. maybe because it was a fairy tale theme, maybe there's a clue why there were wolves, like Little Red Riding Hood.
Right.
Maybe is there something
Like
in
the
that
wolves-
fairy tale that we could connect? Maybe grandmother is A. Maybe the grandmother is A.
I thought you were for real. I was like, where the hell is this going?
No. But I was just trying to put a piece together, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, that is a connection, though. Wolves and Little Red Riding Hood.
Right,
Like,
right.
Absolutely.
We didn't talk about
Speaking
their
of
we're gonna say
what?
their fashion.
The fashion was
Amazing.
Oh my God.
So on point.
I thought it was
Spencer's
totally
dress.
on point.
So
yeah.
on point. I
Emily
loved
looked
it.
fierce.
Yeah.
When that close up on her eyes, oh my gosh, she looked. I mean, they all looked amazing. They were all gorgeous.
Apparently they're all millionaires in Rosewood because,
Right?
like, even every single person at that prom looked like $1 million.
Yeah.
Imagine how long hair and makeup took that day.
Right.
On set,
Yeah,
you guys.
I
Something
know,
on my
know.
mind though. Are we gonna get to Aria?
That's what I was gonna say.
something
And she was
so
like,
my
"We're gonna
mind.
talk about the fashion." I was like, "Actually, I was gonna talk about Ezra, but we can
like-
talk about fashion." I was gonna talk about all of the relationships. We have Ezra, we have Hale, we have Emily and Sarah. Like, we have a bunch of stuff going on. Aria, embarrassing, thinks that Ezra is
I know.
following her to California to find out that he's actually going to Thailand with that random girl.
I would be so pissed off. Did everyone register that, like, he was talking to that girl? What's her name again? Nicole. He was talking.
What's
to
her
Nicole
name
and
again?
then-
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, why is he going to run off to some other place with this girl? I'd be pissed off if I was Aria.
Maybe
Either
because
you're
they're
over
not-
him, if you're not,
Yeah.
like, I don't care.
Maybe because they're not going to end up being together after the time jump,
but
and they
it's
have
so
to.
sad. It's
I know
so
you guys.
sad.
You know, I'm one to like really, really be disappointed about that. But I feel like at this point, they're going to set up the couples who are going to be together. Like, it's very obvious. Caleb and Hanna are going to be moving to New York, and he's going to be working for the CIA, and God knows what she's going to be doing, but they're going to live in New York.
Yeah.
And like Spencer and Toby seem to be patching things up at the end. Caleb and Hanna were so cute at the end of that
They
episode.
were.
And he was like, we're moving to New York, like, if that's still your dream.
Especially since we were kind of suspicious of him through the whole episode. We're like, what do you mean, Caleb? What are you doing? And she couldn't get a hold of him. And then at the end, he's like, I'm doing this for you. I'm going to take care of you. And I was like, that's a man right there.
She was
okay?
like, this has nothing to do with A, and he was like, only getting away from him. And
Right,
like,
right.
Hannah's the one out of all of the girls, I think, that wants out of this nightmare.
I agree.
Yeah.
And Caleb, you guys, that is freaking relationship goals if I've ever seen it.
Yep.
really cute.
Yep.
And that takes a lot for me to say because you know how much I support Ezra, but I don't know. I really don't know what's gonna come of that. I would hate for the time jump to happen. Clark, you got so much cooler by becoming a police officer tonight, but for the love of God, if the two of them are together, Aria and Clark, I will actually cry. Like
I don't
will
think they
I don't
will
think
be.
so.
Now that we know Clark's story and we know that there really wasn't a love interest at hand, like I think that's not going to
Aria
happen.
seemed a little bit pissed. Maybe I just got that, but she seemed like a little bit
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
Yeah, like she'd been like betrayed or
Yeah.
something, and then I was like, "Ugh, like he's not yours. You
Well,
guys aren't together. Like calm
yeah.
down."
Emily seemed pissed at Aria as well because there was a scene where she was like, well, it looks like we were safer than you thought. Like she kind of said something
Yeah.
snarky like
Sassy.
that. Yeah.
Speaking of Emily, her and Sarah are at prom together, loving life. The two of them are just like in their own
Yeah.
world.
In their own world.
They were all in their own worlds. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Allie, who they went there to like supposedly protect, goes missing.
Spencer actually lets Allie go though at that point when Allie's like, he's not your brother.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
my
Mean.
brother.
I mean, I guess she's feeling a little bit emotional, but it was like kind of mean the way she said, he's not your brother. This is my brother. And then Spencer was like,
Well, I feel
Okay.
like at this point Allie feels guilty, you know? Don't take back what you said.
you guys, she's
thought
guilty, all right?
She feels so bad. She feels guilty, and she's just like, for the love of God, you guys, like somebody has to talk to him.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps coming in the way, and she feels like there's a reason why Charles is after her. Why is Charles after Allie? Like, why Allie?
I like-
You know,
remember on the
aside from
white-
just being her brother.
Remember on the whiteboard last week, and we saw like someone who's putting together Charles' like personality or whatever. There was a big thing that said jealousy. I kind of still think that's Charles' motivation
Yeah.
for hating Allie. Also, this is okay.
In
You
the,
guys are
wait,
gonna
really
hate me.
quick before we go on.
Yes.
You were gonna say that in the promo, there's like the little boy, and he's watching like his
Yeah.
mom and dad walk away in Radley.
Wait, I
first of all,
missed it.
heartbreaking.
So sad.
Heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah. I know we were kind of really excited at that point. Too.
Yeah, I know.
I missed that. I missed that.
Yeah, but there's like a little boy, and he's standing with like a teddy bear or something in his hand, and his mom and dad are walking away from him at Radley, like they left him there.
Okay.
And it's just like
Jealousy.
oh,
Jealousy,
my
right?
gosh,
But
yeah,
that's support.
and just
That's
like
what you're saying.
Important.
Yeah.
just being like completely left out, completely abandoned while Jason and Allie are off like hanging out with your parents,
Right,
like,
right.
getting
Super
the shaft
sad.
of it. And I don't know, you guys, Mrs. D obviously loved Charles enough to take him out of Radley and take him to birthday parties and let him hang out and try to have a normal childhood, as much as normal as you could be. Let's
Normal
be real.
childhood drowning
But
babies in Radley.
that still has to all be answered next week. You know?
Right.
We have to figure out why Charles was so angry, and that makes me think that when the women were talking about like maybe Charles didn't kill Mrs. D, like if Mrs. D is the only one that fought for Charles to have a normal childhood, maybe they're right. Maybe Charles didn't kill Mrs. D.
But then why wouldn't she just tell Mr. Oh my God.
Kenneth?
Why wouldn't she just tell Kenneth? Like, why would she just be like, yo, I don't want him to be here. Like, let's bring him home. Instead, she kept it a secret. Like,
Well, that's
Kenneth
what
hate-
we're gonna find out.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what
next
they
week.
were saying. Like maybe Mr. D got mad at Mrs. D because she was the one keeping it a secret that whole time.
Yeah. But Steph, what were you gonna say? Was
I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't even seem important now, but I actually, kid you not, I'm starting to really like Sarah.
yeah.
Like, I'm starting to, I notice myself like getting excited before
Yeah.
Sarah's scenes and like looking forward to them and like
She's
that
still
romance.
such a mystery, you
Yeah.
know.
I
She's
think
still
it's
such
'cause
a
she's-
mystery.
I
Yeah.
don't think she's that much of a mystery, you guys.
I still want to know her story. We don't
I
know
want to
anything
know her
about
story.
But,
I
like,
want
her-
to know her story,
her
but they're
weird-
not giving it to us.
Yeah.
Her weird
Yeah.
like demure like I don't know, I like look forward
Yeah,
to
they
it now.
didn't
Like what are you gonna be
concentrate
like?
too much on
Yeah.
Sarah this episode, but like I'm still curious. Girl, who is your mom?
Who is
Yeah.
your mom?
Who is your mom?
Who
I wanna
is your
know.
mom? Who is your family?
Who is your mom?
Who is your mom, girl? Who is she? Show her to us.
And the only other thing I'll say, I guess, before we answer some of your questions is I thought it was really significant at prom when they showed the broken glass because
yeah.
we've been seeing that promo
Yes.
forever when, you know, they're like Pretty Little Liars,
Yeah.
like whatever,
Yeah,
the
Shepard,
glass breaks.
yeah.
Like we finally saw a glimpse into that tonight. So that obviously that was like cool.
Yeah, totally.
It was.
It was. Stop it.
And then we saw our ABC Family promo.
All right, you guys, if we missed anything, we didn't cover anything that you guys wanted to talk about, hop online right now using the hashtag PLLAS so we can pull them. I'm seeing stuff come up right now about Lucas, about Caleb, so please send them over. Remember, tonight was the last episode before we come face to face with him. Oh my gosh, I can't.
And Allie already is face to face. Allie is already face to face with A.
And I still have no clue who
he is.
What? No, for real though. You guys hop online right now so we can answer your questions when we come back in just a second.
Goodbye.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
So this is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
That the more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell her don't go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Hi guys. Pretty Little Liars, the after show here on the Stream.TV Fan Show Network. Thank you guys so much for sending in your tweets. Let's get to them right now. At MMGirl says, PLLAS, everyone is talking about how Ren is Charles. What do you think about that?
No, boo.
Boo.
I hate that theory
I'm not
so
into
much.
it.
We've not seen Ren in years. Like, it's actually been years, guys. If he's A, I'm gonna stare at the screen and be like,
ugh, I would hate it. I would hate it. Ren, you have an accent, like you've been playing us this whole time with your random accent. Like you live in America and you have this beautiful accent. Not into it, no.
that was a cross between like British and then your accent.
Let's just say this.
No, not into it.
I saw Ren or Julian at church before I've seen him on an episode of Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah. He has an accent.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't have an accent. He doesn't have an accent.
He didn't have an accent when I spoke to him. If he did, it was very like
Subtle.
All
right.
He's soups British on the
maybe
show,
he is
though.
A.
You know, he's soups British on the show. There's a lot of British people on PLL these days. I mean, let's be real.
Right?
Yeah.
But no, would we all be disappointed
Yes.
if Ren was Charles?
Yes, and the PLL
Yes.
Nation would, so Marlene won't do it. Moral of the story, Ren's not
I
it.
don't know, you guys. I honestly, I wish I could agree with that.
Right.
Some people seem like they'd be freaking stoked if it was Ren.
Did Allie and Ren have a deep connection on the show ever?
No.
Then
No.
he's not. We need to start eliminating people based on that.
Right, but
Whether
she
or not
could
Allie
be
had a strong
shocked.
relationship.
Genuinely, she could be shocked. Like, oh, I've seen this guy around town. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's this guy. I've seen him everywhere. I've seen him all the time. It's Melissa's, sister's boyfriend.
God, I hope it's Toby's twin. God, I hope it's Toby's twin.
I know,
God, I hope it's
that's what
Toby's
I think
twin.
it
I hope
is.
it's Toby's twin.
Toby's twin,
I
yeah.
hope it's Toby. Like,
Wait,
No, but we saw Toby.
I know, but I hope that Toby isn't Toby. Like from when we
Why
found his
Toby?
body in the
Why
forest.
not Caleb?
I have this
then?
whole theory going on in my head with
It's
the
a
whole
good theory.
901 free at last, his
Yeah,
tattoo,
everyone's talking about
the fact that
that.
he died and then came back to life. I really hope it's Toby's twin. Next question.
Agree to disagree.
Well, as long as we all agree that it's not Ren, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, at Vix_Hideaway says, can we talk about how Caleb should have proposed tonight? #PLLAS.
No, he's way too young.
No,
Bless
yeah,
her heart,
save
he's
it with
cute,
your life.
But
Save it for the time jump, yo. Time jump.
Oh, cute.
Time jump.
Oh, true. Time jump.
I think that if we're skipping 5 years ahead, we're gonna meet them and they're gonna be
Already married.
You think so?
Really? What are they, like 23 then? 23?
23.
I'm not going to be married by 28.
So if they're
I don't know.
18,
23.
yeah.
I mean,
don't
I'm
know.
23 right now. I'm
It's
not married.
It's a little too young to be married. I mean,
I'm the oldest one
I'm
out of all of you.
actually like the exact
we're close,
opposite
yeah.
of being married. That's me, and I'm 23. So
Yeah, I don't.
Tell us more.
I am so single. All right, you guys. Next question at PLL fan page feed says, "What if Sarah's mom is Toby's mom?"
Oh my god.
What if Sarah's mom is Toby's mom? Okay, so what would that mean then?
That they're. I
Well,
love
that Marion.
I love that.
That is brilliant.
Oh my
Because that would
gosh.
mean because Marion was
Yes.
in Radley,
Yes.
and she died because someone pushed her off a roof. What if Sarah pushed her off the roof and she's reliving?
What if she gave birth in Radley? Is that weird?
What if Sarah is reliving? Like, what if Sarah just keeps saying, like, I can't go home, my mom's mad at me because she's reliving the past, but she really killed her mom.
I love it. What if
Sarah
she was
killed
psychotic? What
Marion.
if she was in Radley?
Yeah, absolutely. What if she was in
Oh
Radley?
my gosh, I love this.
That is brilliant.
I love it. Good job.
I want
Yeah.
so many more people to have been in Radley. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, can they all have been in Radley at one point?
Can
Everyone in
everyone be
Rosewood is from
mentally
Radley.
insane?
I would love it. I mean, everybody is a little mentally insane already on this show.
100%.
Let's be real.
And so are all of we are too.
Yeah,
Because we watch it.
We're all at Radley too, you
Yeah.
guys. I wish. I seriously wish.
No, you don't wish.
Yes, I do.
Creepy dolls.
I really do.
Hell
All right, at Renzino801 says, Ashley Mova, just you, Ashley. Do you guys think Lucas is A?
No.
No.
Same
I don't like
reason
that.
as Ren for me. No.
But I do think he does have a little part involved because of the anagram. Lucas is the liar.
I just love Lucas too much. I don't know why. I like him still. I don't know why. I don't know what that. I think he was just so sweet to Hannah. Maybe that was a part of his plan to like kind of be sneaky. But when he was like obsessed with Hannah, it really touched my heart. I really like him
Do
for
you
some
guys
reason.
remember season 4 or 5, season 5, in that random party where he told Hannah that he had a girlfriend?
Did we ever meet her?
Did we ever meet that weird, suspicious
was
girlfriend?
that season? I don't think that was season 5.
4 or
It was.
5.
We saw it
Maybe,
together,
I
didn't
don't
we?
know. I was
Didn't we
watching
watch it
it the other
together?
week.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it was
I don't
4.
know.
Oh,
Maybe it
because
was
they were
4.
alcoholics at that point.
Yeah.
Hannah was an alcoholic.
Yeah,
okay,
that
okay.
was.
Oh, yeah, I do
we
remember
were
that.
watching it all together. It was
Yeah.
when her and Caleb went through that, that low rough
And
patch.
she had
And
that
then
boyfriend.
before
What was
that,
his name?
Travis. Oh
Yes.
my God, Travis.
boyfriend number 2, Megan's
Yeah.
other love. Megan's other love.
Right.
But yeah, no, we never ever met his suspicious girlfriend. Also, did they mention tonight that Lucas took Jenna to prom?
They did.
What the hell was
and I
that?
think they just didn't want to pay the actors again because they were looking at their phones.
Do you
and they were looking
know-
at pictures.
But
do you
why
know-
the 2 of them? That is
Super
weird.
That's pretty
Yeah,
sketchy.
that is weird.
That is
I
weird.
saw a tweet that stayed with me, and it said, what if A is upset because A was blinded, like Jenna was blinded back in the day when that whole fire thing happened.
Because we
or
have
whatever.
seen a face, a mask with half of it burned.
Yeah, and maybe it's like Phantom of the Opera or
Well,
something.
then what?
Yeah.
Well, then it's like he's not blind anymore unless it's like Daredevil or something and has like Spidey senses.
Maybe it gave him
because-
supersonic vision because he has all this technology in his eyes, and that's why A can do everything A
PLL
can do.
turned sci-fi. I love
No, we already said no supernatural, no sci-fi. Okay, one thing at a time. All right, you guys. The next question at Rosewood Outcast says, "Do you think we'll see Paige on screen again?" No.
No.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I miss Paige
I would
so
rather see
much.
Maya on screen or know more about Maya than
I think more
Paige.
people are interested in seeing
Because
Maya,
they've
though.
they've worked into this whole Sarah Harvey way too much for Paige to even come back. I
I
feel like
kind
at
of
this
rather
point.
see Allie and
Exactly.
Allie and Emily
I
together.
think it's so fake. A lot
Paley
of
was
people love it.
my
I think
worst
it's fake.
favorite
I love
relationship.
Paley.
Wait, does that make sense?
Your
that's it.
least
My
favorite Emily
Thank you.
relationship?
Yeah.
And there have been a lot.
It was
so there's-
been a lot.
passionate. It was passionate.
and Talia. Talia, too.
I miss,
Talia.
out of anybody that Emily's been with, Allie would have had to have been my favorite.
Yeah, me too. It was the most dramatic and
Whatever,
interesting.
Paley, whatever.
It wasn't even a real relationship, though, you guys. They
Yeah.
hooked up a couple
That's
times.
why
true.
I liked it. It was all twisted and messed up.
It was fake, though.
It was fake.
Yeah.
And then that kind of just showed us again how manipulative Allie could be.
Yes, she was. Girl.
You already said what you said. You can't take it back.
Pipe down.
Yeah, you can't take it back.
Oh, and guys, we also wanted to share with you, I'm like losing my voice over here, that we don't know who A is.
We do
Like,
not know
a couple
who
of you
A
guys were
is.
tweeting after you saw the promo. We have not seen the finale.
Right.
It's still a surprise.
I mean, if it really seems like we know who A is at this point,
I know, right?
then we are damn good actors. But we have no clue. We have no idea. So don't even worry. We're still in this with you guys. We are trying to figure it out just as much
We're
as
in
you
it
are.
together.
We are in it together. All right, you guys. Well, we have almost wrapped up another season of the Pretty Little Liars after show.
Oh my gosh.
I can't even believe it.
Is this true though? I've been hearing rumors and seeing it on Twitter that there is going to be maybe
I
a
saw that
season
too.
8
I
or
saw
a
that
movie.
too.
I saw that too.
Oh, like,
movie?
The movie, yeah.
Yes. So it might not be
that
over
would be
when it's
amazing.
over.
Gosh,
You
love
know?
it.
I did see that on Twitter today. As far as I know, don't believe anything until we've seen it because I don't want to
True.
get any of our hopes up.
True.
How much longer can they keep going after we figured out who A is? Let's be real. Unless they start a whole new
You
mystery.
I think they'll do
now.
like a Sex and the City movie. Like,
That would be
oh my god,
awesome.
I could watch the movie forever.
But I mean, there would have to be some little fuzzy.
Little fuzzy.
Got it. There would have to be some sort of mystery, or whatever.
Yeah.
But you guys, next week, make sure you watch ABC Family, please, as if you won't be watching it already. But I mean, starting at 12 o'clock,
12
right?
Eastern.
promote
Starting
it,
at
guys.
noon.
Spread the word to all the PLL Nation.
Yeah, spread the word, you
we'll
guys.
post about
Or
it
if you're in California, that starts at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. our time. But
Is that
yeah,
because
make
they're watching
sure.
the East Coast feed, though? I don't know.
Yeah, because we're watching East Coast.
Yeah, it is 12 o'clock. But you guys, all day, just come out,
Yeah.
hang out with us on ABC Family. We're so excited. And then make sure you tune into the Pretty Little Liars after show because we are back here after the new episode. We are gonna have to
We're gonna freak out. I can't even believe that we are gonna see A.
You guys,
How long has it
it's
been?
like the mystery has almost been solved.
I know.
Do you remember last year, you guys, where we couldn't stop laughing that entire episode? It's gonna be like that times like 50.
Times a bajillion.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I think that I speak for everybody when I say that we are absolutely thrilled to come face to face with Charles next week, whoever he may be. I really hope it's Toby's twin. Sorry, Stephanie, but I really do hope it's Toby's twin. Stephanie? It's
I
Toby's
still
twin.
hope it's Allie.
You can't take it back! All right, you guys, if you've been watching us live tonight, make sure that you stay tuned to the stream.tv. Subscribe. I couldn't almost say that word. Subscribe on YouTube because Michael, our friend Michael, the cute one that was before this show, he's going to be answering more of your questions. Hey, Michael, what's up? He's gonna be answering more of your questions and shouting more of you guys out online on YouTube. So please, 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 please send him your stuff right now and get involved in that conversation. We will see you next week.
There we go. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Hey, for more Pretty Little Liars, the after show, hit that button and subscribe to the stream.tv.